Good evening. Hey,
Hey,
Mom.
Libby.
Hello.
Hi, Libby.
Hi. How are you tonight?
I am good. I have been sad over
Yeah.
this little guy. I don't know if you caught the latest news, but I did a new video that gave more details earlier today on some more stuff that came out on what took place.
I haven't seen that, so we'll have to play that. I've been with the grandbabies all day.
You know what was so like it just hit me was Major. He is literally the same age as Embry.
Yeah.
I mean, that would basically be like
Yeah.
it's you can't even begin to wrap your head around it. It's
No.
it's beyond sad.
Nope. And
And
that's
it's
that's
not
the
the
intent.
outcome. It's just not the outcome that I thought we would be reading about. I mean, I figured that this was going to be a case to where, somebody took this child or a family member or,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
something.
I sort of figured it was maybe a friend of a friend or something like that.
Right.
Just kind of tucking him away because things got crazy. And then they would bring him, to family after things settle down or something like that. I don't know, but I did not see this coming at all. And I
It's
don't see the reason.
beyond.
I don't see the reason for it. Not that there ever could be a reason, but what I'm saying is like for a minute, maybe I could understand if, um, you know, some stuff went down and it got ugly to where Jahim ended up killing Mallery, as we think that he did. And if the child was old enough to talk about it. And I
Right.
just see a 3-year-old as being, an eyewitness that could
Right.
place.
Identify somebody. After I did the video, when I found out a lot more information, then I had a guy, which you'll see in the comments on that last video I did. He and his wife were actually from West Virginia, and they seen Mallory and Major at Sam's Club over a couple weeks ago. So that tells me that that's the time frame that they had left.
Wait, you mean Wisconsin?
No, they were in West Virginia because see, that's where
Oh, where the dad lives.
right. Yep. And so there
Okay.
was a
Okay.
guy and his wife who are subbed to my channel and they commented and they described that, they seen them and I mean they're just, obviously just shocked. The guy goes in the
Wow.
description to say that he remembered both of them because Major walked by him and looked up and just had the just most cutest smile ever. So that couple, they obviously seen it on the news and they were just shocked. They were like, probably thinking to themselves, like, oh my gosh, that's the mom and little boy that we seen, during our shopping trip. But once you watch that video, then I've got a new opinion, kind of why she was in the backyard, why she was found in the backyard.
Oh gosh. Okay. Let's say hello. We have a small group this evening, and that is okay. You are all very important to me.
Well, I think Nita and Chase were doing a live just a little bit ago. There seems
Mhm.
to be like a lot of lives going on, but yeah, that's okay.
We're
We can have a small
cheering.
group.
Yes.
Better we made everybody tired last night.
I know everyone was like, I fell asleep listening to you. I'm like, I fell asleep talking. Okay. Elsie Justice, I don't know if you're still in here, but hello, lip locked no mo. Good to see you. Hi, Jesse. And okay, I'm gonna just bring some awareness to y'all. Scrolling at the bottom of the screen is information, and it usually is pertaining to what I'm talking about. So if you're ever like, what's going on here? Check there. Not that it's a problem to ask in the chat, it's totally fine. This little guy here is Major Harris, and Mallery Munzenberger was his mother, and they are both deceased now. So it sucks. It's bad. It's horrific. I don't know.
It's hard to even look at this sweet little child and not just like feel like someone literally just took something like out of your soul. And I don't know if it's even more so close to us because, we've been on it since day one, but we it it's just something that could have been preventable. And that's what's so disturbing. And I cannot even begin to process like what kind of a sick son of a bitch out there could
Mm-hmm.
take a gun to this beautiful little child.
No.
Like, what the hell
Mm-hmm.
could this child have done?
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. And you know what? And this is what's really, really sad is that baby was probably reacting because he was scared watching what was happening to his mommy. And that's what's even more heartbreaking. Like, these rotten son of a bitches have got to rot in prison for what they done to this family. I mean, I try not to even let my mind, even try to think about it because it's
Right.
so hard. But as I was going over the newest information and putting that video together, I mean, things just kind of fall into place and you kind of get a picture and understand a little bit more of probably what did happen. And
Mm-hmm.
so it just kind of paints a picture. But again, I mean, that is pure, pure evil. And there's no forgiving something like that, in my opinion. I mean, it's how does, and here's what pisses me off is this is why these people need to severely pay because remind you, that child had been deceased for we don't even know how long. He wasn't found until a week after Mallory's body. So you mean to tell me that not one of these damn people felt, remorse and did not on their own, like leave a tip or, something. I mean, something.
Well, I think that that's how they ended up finding him.
Yes, but it was much later. What
Yeah,
I'm
when they were
saying
in
is,
custody.
right. And
Yeah.
I would have to say that, so six of them got arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Only two of them are still in because they more than likely had warrants out for them. And they're probably trying to stick charges on them for probably active warrants that they, got them on, and probably trying to will and deal and try to get the facts of what all happened. And then charges will probably come, is what I would have to guess.
So I was just going to run through the timeline really quickly. So on October 9th, it is believed that they traveled, when I say they, Major and Mallory, from La Crosse to Wisconsin, well, that's in Wisconsin, to blah, 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 from La Crosse, Wisconsin to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And Milwaukee is where Jaheim Clark lived, which he too is now deceased because he cowardly took his own life. All right, so then it is believed that from that time on, they've been considered missing from October 9th. Okay. So then on October 14th is when Mallory Munzenberger was found deceased. And she was found outside of a home in the backyard, right?
Yes, and the reason why it took them quite some time to even figure out who she was because she wasn't from the area. So they had a hard time identifying who she was, it says in the paper.
Okay, so they're from I think it's called Onalaska, Wisconsin.
Correct.
Um, and I didn't look and see. Let me go check really quick how far away it is from Milwaukee. Did you check that?
I think it's 3 hours. I could be wrong.
Wisconsin.
I just know it wasn't somewhere that was like,
Yep, it's
hey,
about 3 hours. Yep. Okay. So apparently her family did not know that this was going on, but and I'll get to that in a second. I'm going to read a statement from the family. But so October 14th, which happens to be our wedding anniversary, unfortunately for this type of thing, but that's when Mallory was found dead outside, shot. And on the 16th is when they put out the Amber Alert. So what's really pretty frustrating about that is that okay, it should have went out on the 14th, but
correct.
apparently they didn't know that they couldn't identify her right away, and then they didn't know if Major was with her, and so it took some time to find that out, I guess. So that stinks because it's possible that if that could have moved faster, maybe they could have found him. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I tell you, it's just beyond thinkable what the hell these people did to both of them.
And the
And
reason I say that it's possible that he still could have been around is because now again, this is why I asked where how far away it is on Alaska, because in on Alaska is where their apartment was, and that's where that neighbor on the 15th, so a day after Mallory was found dead, she heard people in their apartment.
oh, that was the day after she was found?
Yeah, it's really weirding me out.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's so then that means that they probably had the baby with them and then brought him back to get rid of him
I don't
because
freaking know because they
no.
heard the lady heard a child, an upset child.
Well, here's my thought on it. I am pretty sure that because early on I had predicted stating that this was more than likely drug related or possibly dealing with some sort of a gang. Okay. And the reason why I said that is because not only was she found shot once, she was found shot multiple times and she had trauma to the body. That's a very personal crime. And then when
Right.
you throw in the fact of using a firearm and shooting a child, that's very personal. And that is rage. And something with that many people involved, we're talking seven, including the suspect who committed suicide. Um, and then let's see, yeah, four people have been released. The other two are still in jail. So
And then
again, that's seven people.
he wasn't found until a week after her. An entire week.
Correct. So that leads me to think that there's possibly somebody else out there who possibly knows what took place. And why I say that is because when you watch the video, the parents have came forward and they have stated that she was involved in some things that they did not know about. And it's
Mm.
right there in the article. And so that leads me to think that she was possibly drug trafficking for somebody. Because you think about it, she was 3 hours away. So
Mhm.
there's a possibility that she was transporting drugs for somebody to make extra money. And maybe this is something that she has done for these people in the past and thought that, hey, everything's okay. And there may have came a point in time to when either she went to deliver the drugs to these people that they didn't want to pay up and there was an argument, or was it a possibility that she was asking for her cut for bringing the drugs to these people? I mean, I
Or
am almost 100%
or
sure
was
that this
she
was.
in an abusive relationship that just went really bad? And I don't know.
Well, the only reason why I am very, and I'll be very surprised if I'm wrong on this one. I'm just very convinced with the drugs because of what the parents stated about some things that she was involved in and how many people were, in that situation. Because that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that means that those people were clearly in that environment at that time with her and with that child. And the reason why I say now, even more so with drugs, is because if the neighbor heard commotion in that apartment after the fact that she had already been murdered,
Yeah. What
there's a
were they going there for?
possibility they were probably going there to possibly find money or drugs. I'm telling you, there's something to do with it's either got to do with drugs or money.
So I wanted to read this statement real quick, but I'm looking to see who said this. I don't know, a spokesperson for the family. So, on behalf of the family of Mallery, Munzenberger, and Major Harris, we want to extend our many thanks to the Milwaukee community volunteers and the Milwaukee Police Department for all of your diligence in searching for Major. It has been truly a feeling of helplessness for all of us as we have not been able to assist in the search for Major due to this was before they found him, search for Major due to having to prepare for Mallory's funeral. We are heartbroken as we prepare to say our final goodbyes to Mallory, who was taken from us in such a violent fashion. Mallory was a beautiful, kind soul who loved her little boy with all of her heart. She raised him as a single mother, working two jobs and at times and trying to provide for him. Her early aspirations were to become a nurse, and she would have made a very caring one. Mallory became involved in a life she never shared with our family. She was much too private. She was an honest person with too much trust, we have found. As we have been searching through her belongings, we came across her high school senior project. How ironic that the topic she chose to present was domestic violence awareness. Mallory faced her death in the hands of domestic violence in October, Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Mallory was raised in a family unit based on their strong faith. She attended Bible studies, Bible camps, weekly church services, and daily prayer. Her son was her life, her joy, her purpose, her future. She loved her family. As we look through the pictures of her growing up, we continually see her contagious, sweet smile. You couldn't help but be drawn to her lovable personality. She had a quiet innocence about her. She never had to be the center of attention. More than likely, she was the one smirking in the corner of the room with that devious look of hers. Mallory's life will not be forgotten. We will never let her memory go. Oh, this is awful. We will continue to search for her beautiful baby boy, Major, and bring him home to La Crosse, to the family that loves and cares for him. Major has been a part of Mallory's family since his birth, and his missing has left an incredible void in our lives. We will always approach the month of October with a new appreciation and awareness on her behalf. We ask that all of us keep the victims of domestic violence in your hearts and say a prayer that their souls rest in peace. As we transition our focus of putting Mallory to rest, we will never rest until we locate Major. Oh,
It's heartbreaking. I mean, this family, they were even, convinced that this baby was, out there somewhere and they were ready to, bring him home and to raise him and to love him and to take care of him. I mean, it's,
I don't think that was going to happen because his biological dad was right there, like looking for him. But
Yeah. And I also do recall in the beginning, his father had stated that he was in the process of trying to get Major to be able to move to West Virginia with him. So I don't know if the father maybe knew a little bit about what, these things were that was kind of hidden from the family of what was taking place. But clearly,
I thought I
there was
remember him
something
saying he didn't know of Jameer though.
correct. But I think he had a sense of something that was
Mhm.
taking place with what she was possibly doing. And and to be perfectly honest, and I don't mean to sound disrespectful or anything, but I've seen many cases like this. And when women are, struggling, um, that takes a lot to raise a child financially, clearly. And it states that she was working two jobs and she wanted to get ahead. So it's a very strong possibility that this other side that the parents talking about, it could only be a couple of things. It could be possibly, like I said, drugs, or sadly, even sometimes in these cases, you also see prostitution as well. But I
Well,
don't see that with her taking the child, though.
what I took from what I just read from the family, and I don't know if you saw something else, was that they think that she was hiding an abusive relationship.
But I would think, though, like if they were in an actual, like a legit relationship, I think that the cops would have called that by now. Just my thought on that, because surely the father would have known about this, or somebody, a neighbor, somebody would have known who she was, because see, none of the neighbors could identify her. Whenever somebody spotted her in that backyard,
Mhm.
nobody had a clue who she was. So if she, in my opinion, if that was a established relationship, then somebody would have said like, "Oh yeah, I see that car here a lot. That's so and so's girl. Her name is," you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But like I said, the biggest thing that sends red flags to me is how many people were hauled into jail. Six
Okay.
people, that's a lot.
Yeah, it is. Let's watch this video. I think this may talk about that. But just to add to the timeline, the day that Clark was found with a self-inflicted gunshot wound and he was found at a friend's house was Sunday the 17th. So the mother on the 14th, Amber Alert went out on the 16th. But then on the 15th, I skipped that. On the 15th, the neighbor heard whatever she heard with the child. But she didn't say it was him, but she just heard a child who was in distress. And I'll read that to you in a minute, what she said.
I'll
Um,
be interested to find out if they release or it comes out if her apartment was ransacked.
yeah, I know.
I have a feeling so.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to start this.
Everywhere you go these days, it seems like
It's a
everyone is
commercial.
on fire, and we're no
Yay.
exception.
If you're looking for a career, not just
Breaking news, a father overcome with grief after learning about the death of his missing 3-year-old son.
Police recovered the body of Major Harris this afternoon near 35th and Roar. Investigators tell 12 News his body was found in a container near some garbage cans. That location is several blocks north of 37th and Clark, where police discovered the child's mother dead 1 week ago today. And of course,
In a
we have live
storage
coverage
container
of this
by
story. We
garbage.
begin with Derek Gross.
Yeah, so you mentioned off the top, family's heartbreak. It really is a community's heartbreak, as we have seen here today with the news of Milwaukee police detectives and search teams finding the body of Major Harris here in this alley along between 35th and 36th and Roar. We're told that his body was in a storage type container. You mentioned the emotion that we saw from the boys. Let's show you some video that we had just a little bit earlier today as the father and other relatives were coming up to this particular scene. scene where police found Major Harris, and it was very emotional. I heard him saying, "Where's my son? Just take me to my son."
Oh my gosh.
And after police had left this area, a lot of people started to descend in on the area where Major Harris was found. They gathered in a circle, they held a prayer and embraced one another. And I talked to one of the gentlemen who helped lead that impromptu vigil here for Major Harris about the message he wanted to send to Major's family and the entire Milwaukee community.
We're not supposed to be burying our children. As we all know, our children are supposed to be burying us as life goes on and the legacy continues through them. So this is about sending the word out to families. This is about sending the word out to our judicial system, to our justice system, to our criminal system. That it's time for a restructuring, it's time for a gutting out, it's time for just a redoing of everything.
And that is Dante Jordan, one of the people who held that impromptu vigil here for Major Harris this afternoon. Just to give you an idea of where this location is in connection to other locations from this investigation, we're between 35th and 36th and War, and we understand this is near the same location where police found the suspect in this disappearance dead just a few days ago. Toya?
Derek, thank you.
Police spent most of today searching the area near 35th and Center, just south of where the boy's body was found. That's where 12 News' Nick Bohr joins us now live. Nick?
Hi, Patrick. We were out here throughout the afternoon here, and there were literally dozens of police officers all around this area at 35th and Center. They were joined by dozens of community members as well, going through the area, looking under mattresses, going door to door, asking people if they'd seen anything. And there was a real sense of optimism that maybe they'd finally gotten some leads that would lead to the discovery of Major and that he would be okay. But then a short time later, we heard some commotion and saw the father of Major Harris right after he got this terrible news.
Oh my gosh, I can't. Look at him. Oh my gosh. It's horrifying.
And there were a lot of officers in the area already, but as you heard, they responded there as well. The family, his family and others there saying that they felt police could have done more sooner to try to help and try to find him sooner. Moments later, we got the official word from the chief.
With a heavy heart, I'd like to pass that we have found Major Harris, unfortunately deceased, at North 35th Street, West War. This is an ongoing investigation. This is something that is very fluid at this time. My heart and my condolences out to the family. And again, I'd like to remind that this is still an ongoing and a very fluid investigation.
And that was a continuing theme from the chief. I asked them if they knew how long Major had been where he was found. The chief saying that he didn't know yet. They couldn't say yet. It was still part of the ongoing investigation. I also asked him about that criticism from the family that they could have been searching sooner, had a large-scale search like this sooner. He said as soon as we had actionable information on where to search, they were here, they were in Dodge County, they were in Washington County trying to follow leads. He said they did what they could on the information they had and that they all hoped this would end much differently. Toya.
All right, Nick Bohr reporting live. Nick, thank you. Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett released a statement just minutes ago. It reads, "I share the sadness people throughout Milwaukee feel with the death of Major Harris, and I offer condolences to his family. Thank you to the police, other city officials, and citizens who have worked to find Major. Our prayers for justice and peace continue."
So yeah, they found him in a container in that alley.
I just can't. That's so disgusting.
Yeah, so they definitely concealed him. And it wasn't too far from the backyard where the mother was found. And also the black SUV that was found at the laundromat.
Mm-hmm. They're all
That
within
is how
a mile or two of each other, all the locations.
Right. But I feel that that's how they found some of these suspects because they did have cameras there and that black SUV that
Mhm.
that son of a bitch took off in, that was Mallory's SUV.
Mhm.
Because earlier I didn't know if it was her vehicle
Well,
or that guy's.
and we were hoping that the blood in there was not
The
major.
babies. Yeah.
And I guess did you hear if it was? I mean, obviously they found major, but I still
Haven't found out yet, but here is what my thought process is since she was found in the backyard, that's a very unusual place to find, you know, a mother, especially driving that far away. She clearly had planned to visit, so she would be inside the home. So either something happened to where she was either trying to get the hell out of there, and I'm wondering if it's a possibility that she, in that process of that time of being shot, it'll be very interesting to see what comes out. But I have a feeling that that baby was buckled up in the car seat, and because it was in the alley in the back.
Mhm.
And so she was more than likely buckling the baby in that car, and shit went down. And I have a feeling she was probably planning to head back home that day and probably relied on possibly money for gas to get back home or a payment. And that's when shit went to hell. Like I just have very strong vibes on that.
All right, so here is the gem. I shouldn't even be showing her because I just cannot believe this lady. That is our girl. That's the one who heard some very strange goings on.
Yeah, I would love to
Right
know
behind
how to reach her.
Her name is Estefany Lopez. She lives in the apartment above Mallory and Major. She moved into the apartment 6 months ago and had seen the mother and son in passing, but hadn't spoke to them. So she said when she came home Friday night, something was off. Okay. And then she elaborates, when I came home from work, it was a lot of screaming, yelling, and it was just a little kid yelling. There was no parent telling him to shut up, calm down, or taking care of him. So I thought it was weird, so I just put in my headphones. When I took them off later that night, there was no yelling, no nothing, and it seemed like any other day. Huh?
Yeah. They
Are
so
you effing kidding me?
yeah, she heard, I'm telling you, somebody went back to that girl's apartment after she had been killed. Somebody went back to that woman's apartment and was looking for something, clearly. And
I believe that, but what the hell is wrong with this woman? That's what I need to talk about. I need to know
yeah,
why.
that's absolutely ridiculous. She could have saved that little boy's life.
And listen,
And
talk to my daughter about this. She's 27, okay? I don't know how old this lady is, but she doesn't look very old. Okay? She looks maybe around the same age, possibly in her 30s, who knows. Anyway, is that the thing nowadays, or how long has that been a thing where you hear total craziness, including a child, and you just say, I bet that's not my business.
it happens a lot, Lib. It really does.
I know, but why?
Especially a lot of the times, people, especially if there is any kind of drug activity, that is, it's just how it goes. Like, it sucks, but that's how people are these days. And they don't care if children are involved. If they feel that they witnessed something, they don't want to be involved. They do not want to talk. That is why you see, like, whenever there's a homicide and detectives are on the scene immediately
Mhm.
and trying to comb through and get somebody to fucking talk. And you know what? You'll have a damn street of at least 50 damn people standing out there, and not one damn person wants to talk. And then you go back to the damn station, you wait for the phone to ring, you wait for the phone to ring, somebody to call in. And then usually what happens is they're either 2 days in, or people just don't come forward. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, people have got to understand this is the kind of shit that you have got to take serious. When you
Yeah.
hear a child and you hear something that is clearly not right, because I guarantee you that heifer damn neighbor did not hear that kind of shit before in the past, more than likely.
Well, I can tell you she definitely didn't, because of her own statement that when I got home from work, something just didn't seem right. Yeah,
Exactly.
because it wasn't right, but you just still did nothing. I don't.
And I can tell by looking at Little Major, he was definitely a well taken care of little boy, clearly.
Yeah.
And I don't feel that this mother, whatever she got into, I do not feel that she was letting it consume her. I think it was something to just kind of help get her situation better for her and her child financially. I don't think that she was, strung out on drugs or anything like that from what I've seen so far. But I do think that there's a possibility of some sort of activity going on for financial reasons, and probably just thought, because I know I've seen a few of these stories where these girls, they think that, I'll do it a couple of times and then I'll be done. But then what happens is they pay them more. They suck them in and they say they need you, they need you. So then they pay you more and pay you more. And this is what's sad, is what I learned from a very, very close detective friend of mine who this is what he does. He works homicide cases. And he had stated in the very bad parts of Chicago, um, and not to sound, this is not a racist comment at all, but certain drug dealers are now looking for white girls to basically be the carrier for drugs to drive on the highway, because they think that they have a less risk of getting pulled over. How sad is that?
They
How-
think that because it's true.
Isn't that sad though?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, when you honestly sit there and you think about that that should, one, even be a damn thing in this time and age, but to just know, like, when you hear that, it just does not even sound right.
No, it's not. Well, it's kind of like, the phone scams that are really big, and they still happen.
Right.
The phone scams where they tell you, "Oh, you inherited some money, your uncle so and so from wherever," and you've never even heard of this damn person. And they trick people into thinking they got all this money, but they have to wire it, and so they need to get their something, whatever. Anyway, they end up scamming them and getting their money, and they purposely target old people
Absolutely.
for a
Absolutely they
reason.
do. Yeah, so it's literally sick. And what takes place is, they seek out people, and a lot of them are single moms. Like this, that's why I'm saying this story just sounds so familiar, because I've literally heard 3 other cases identical to this. Not with the child being involved though, and being shot, but many girls who have lost their lives being pretty much drug loaders. And they will just tell them, hey, you take these drugs to your town, get rid of them, and then you can have a split, or you transport drugs from your area and bring them here, and then you'll get a cut. I mean, it's the worst setup in the world. I mean, these people are losing their lives left and right over this shit, because these people promise them. And here's the thing, this is how they sucker them in. They will give them a job and have them do this usually 2 to 3 times, and then they'll gain their trust. And now you remember that comment that the mom says about Mallery, was that she was too trusting. Okay.
Yes.
So this goes back to, they will set them up, and they will gain their trust, meaning they will pay them what they promised them on 2 runs. And then come the 3rd run or the 4th one, that's when shit ends. And then it's just a repeated cycle. There's probably multiple people, and that's why that number, as soon as they said that damn 6, it's like, no, this was not like a little house party that this mother took her child to, and thinking that there was just going to be like a fucking shit show of 6 people hanging around, blah blah blah. No, this was some shit. People showed the fuck up, is what happened.
So where's your new information?
Well, I did a video. I don't even remember what's all on it.
Do you want me to show it?
Yeah, if you want
Okay.
to.
Just real quick, the reason I
what's
showed this is this is the area where he was found. Like this nasty, ugly alley in a damn storage container.
Yeah, I mean, literally, and where that alley is
Sickening.
too. I mean, drugs are bad, really bad right there. And that's why I am just so convinced that, you're not going to a nice, area. You're going in an area that's heavily known for drugs. What is the purpose?
Look, just for a little short palate cleanser before I show your video, I just have to show you some fake news. Did y'all know the extent of fake news? Because I haven't come across it in this way that I'm about to show you. It is bananas. You're gonna be like, what? Excuse me? I can't believe this is happening. So right here, because I was doing a Google search, for little baby Major Harris. And this was before he was found deceased. But anyway, so I came across this article I put in quotes, okay? Who is Major Harris? Details to know on the missing boy parents. Okay. October 19th, 2021 is the date. Then you've got this very handsome man right here. And I'm looking at it and I'm going, who are these people? That's not Jameer Clark, nor is that Major Harris's biological father. And then who are these young men? So, here we go, you guys. Major Harris is a former West Virginia University quarterback from the 1980s who was missing when his mother was discovered dead in the backyard of a Milwaukee home. Get to know more about Major's mother from this article.
Oh my gosh.
Now listen, this right here may very well be true, that there's a Major Harris and he's a former West Virginia University quarterback.
That is true, but
that's probably him. I don't know.
I believe it is, because I did come across an article that was similar, but there was a lot of content on somebody who was a football player. But those people, they intertwined. That's not good journalism.
they intertwined this here. Okay.
Right.
Major wanted to, this is just bananas. Major wanted to go to the University of Pittsburgh, but Mike Gottfried, the coach, was only interested in him as a defensive back. Coach Don Nealon was trying to rebuild the quarterback position at West Virginia, but Harris accepted another offer. Okay, cool. Now let's talk about Major Harris's mother. Major Harris's mother's name is Mallery Munzenberger. Really? Because she's 25.
Yeah.
Can you believe this? He has not mentioned more details about his mother on the internet. That's because he's 3. And he's not a quarterback from Virginia, the one we're talking about anyway. Are you guys just...
here's the thing.
Okay, thank you. Thank God someone's jaw is dropped to the floor right now.
There has to be like something going on with like these phony ass tabloid things, because I I'm telling you, this shit's so freaking weird. I can't.
I
I
mean,
can't even.
they even have in here that oh, his mother, 25-year-old Mallery Munzenberger, was discovered dead in the backyard of a Milwaukee home. But
That
then they
journalist
show,
needs fired.
hmm,
That journalist needs fired. In all seriousness,
there's,
seriously,
is this a journalist though? I mean, what even is this?
it has to be. It's some sort of a journalist or journalism online, but they clearly did not.
Look at, as a senior, Harris delivered a game-winning 79-yard touchdown pass.
Oh my gosh. Seriously, like that is so freaking not even
And
right.
then there he is with his family.
Yeah, he really is a football player, but he's not the 3-year-old missing. There's freaking
No, and
idiot.
his mother was not
Oh
killed
my
at the age
God.
of 25 in Milwaukee on
Oh,
October 14th, 2021.
oh my gosh. Dude, that sounds like the smartness of like some dumbass YouTube troll, like trying to be a
And then there's
journalist.
all these other articles too. I mean, what? Let me scroll up here again and see what this is. MT feed.
Yes, I'm telling you. Okay, so listen, when I was
Your
doing
local breaking news.
when I was doing some research on the Wells case, I had came across one of those articles, and I was like, and that's why I asked. I'm like, who is? I forget the name that they gave Candace in the interview, but it was I think it was Brenda. Like, yes, the whole fucking article kept saying, maybe it was Denise. I don't know. It was something, and it kept saying something Bly, and I'm like, who in the hell is this? Well, because I mean, things have been so freaking, you know, every dynamic of that case has been so, I don't even know what to say. So I thought maybe that was a possibility. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like,
Yeah.
who is
You
this?
were confused for a minute.
Girl, I was
Okay, so look at
freaking
though.
confused.
So we're gonna call it Mount Feed. Okay, so kids, Mount Feed is not, it is no longer, if it ever was, considered a reliable source. Okay, so don't be writing any research papers and citing this mofo right here. It is an entertainment. Oh, this is just fabulous. It is awe entertainment. Okay. Shh. Stop it, dogs.
Are you kidding me? It says that in there? I can't see.
Okay, maybe they're done. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. I was gonna read it, but they
So
were
it
done.
actually says that it's for entertaining purposes.
It says entertainment news and trends dedicated, which basically focuses on accustoming audiences around the world with current celebrity related phenomenon and issues. Wow.
They
We
really jacked that one up.
We aim to provide high quality contents through extensive research on any corresponding subject matter.
That is seriously sad, though.
Oh, I am
Because
embarrassed for these
I mean,
people.
what if somebody who clearly does not, possibly have social media or something, and that becomes a popular search, and if you got like a 80-year-old little lady at home, like just typing on her little tablet, and she comes across this story and like really believes it. Do you know how confusing as hell that would be? Like for somebody who um is not smart with all this kind of stuff. Are you there, Libby? Where did Libby go, guys? Let me see. Where is Libby at? Libby, Libby. Okay, I don't know where Libby went, you guys. Maybe she had an emergency with the dogs. But anyhow, the article that she just read to you guys, that was clearly what she was trying to say was not the right Major Harris. There is a football player with the same name, so they clearly got the individuals confused because that was not the 3-year-old that we are speaking of here. I don't know what happened to Libby, you guys. Where is Elsie at? Let's see if she's in the chat. Well, the block. Oh, you guys, what is going on? Where did Libby go? Who are you, guest? I am Mountain Girl 212. And I don't know where in the hell Libby went. Maybe this is a prank. Maybe Libby is testing me to see what I will do while she vanishes from our life on her channel. All right, let's see. Because this is like not normal. Hey, gamer guy, I'm waiting on Libby. We don't know what happened. She fell off the mountain. Holly Berry, like, I do not get what is going on. Oh, someone said that she had to refresh her page. Liplex said, what should we do? Oh my gosh. Yes, this is Mountain Girl, tiniest squish. Sorry, guys, I cannot see the chat too often, so I'm catching up now. Let's see. I love that it says Libby, question mark. Laugh out loud. Okay, so Holly Berry, you stated that you don't know this case. This is a very unfortunate case. Mallery, the mother, was 25 years old, and her 3-year-old son, Major, they were both murdered. And it's just a very, very sad story. And we're going to finish getting into that as soon as Libby decides to reappear. Libby's ass probably just left me here hanging, and she's probably making a fancy Long Island iced tea or something. And she's probably sitting back there laughing right now. She lost the internet. Oh shit, Libby. Oh gosh. Oh, thank you, Tiniest Squish. Yes. It is the crazy mountain girl waiting on the crazy Libby. Hey, Libby, make a drink for me, too. I seriously think she's making a nice drink. No, I'm joking, Priscilla. So I wonder what happened. So her internet just went out, like altogether, or is she able to refresh it? Priscilla. And Tiniest Squish, thank you very much for being a new sub. I appreciate you. Priscilla, are you able to call Libby? Okay, so do you know what the others were charged with when they were arrested? I don't. Basically, what took place were 6 people were arrested and detained. However, 4 were released, 2 are still in custody, but they are not charged as of yet. If I had to guess, I would say that the 2 that are still in jail probably had previous warrants out for their arrest for something, and they're probably using that for some sort of a negotiation tact to get some information on what took place and what happened. I'm hoping that they release something in the next, couple of days on that. And then Priscilla, she's trying to fix it. Laugh out loud. You guys, this is going to be so
Hi,
funny.
I'm back.
I was getting ready to mess with you so hard. I was like, Libby is just really making a drink.
Oh boy, I fell off the mountain.
You did. You fell off the mountain. So no, I was just explaining, a couple of people asked a little bit about what was going on, like with this case and
Yeah.
stuff. So it's just honestly, you guys, if you've not followed along on this, it's when you really think about the level of how these 2 lost their life. This is a mom and her baby. Major was just an innocent 3-year-old. I call him a baby because 3 years old, that's still a baby, in my opinion. But this was
But
somebody's son.
don't tell my grandbaby that though.
Oh, she probably thinks she's 10.
She is not trying to hear that.
That's so cute. But see, that's what I'm saying is he is the same age as your grandbaby.
Yes.
I mean, it's terrible.
It's well, it's to the point where
And that's why you know that these are not your average people. Okay, so here's the other thing. If they were on dating terms, which again, why I feel that was not the case is because typically, people are going to have a heart for a child in a relationship, they're going to have a closeness or a bond.
person.
Right. But they're going to have some sort of like a closeness or a bond, maybe. Because again, this is not a normal crime that you see. This is like a whole nother level.
Mm-hmm. It really is. And the whole storage container in the alley just sends me over the edge.
Yeah. And see, this is why, okay, where did that storage container come from? I will be very curious if that is something that came from her apartment. Because I honestly feel, was it possible? Did they go to her place looking for something? Something is what they were after. And I don't know if maybe they just cannot handle the baby because, he was obviously traumatized. But what's so weird is why take her car and abandon it at the laundromat? Like, did he go there to like wash clothes?
Did you ask me a question? Because I just went and had a full conversation with my husband. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. So what I'm curious about, thanks, Libby, by the way. Hi, Mr. Libby. We love you.
He brought up the neighbor, and so we got into a little conversation about that neighbor because he's real pissed about that, as am I.
Well, yeah. I mean, literally, I honestly, and I wonder also if this is something we will hear. I'm curious if the apartment complex happens to have security cameras where she lived.
Right.
They work.
I love Mr. Libby. You know what? I bet you anything
they
don't work.
He's not Mr. Libby. He's Sir.
Sir. Sir.
Oh,
So, but no, it is frustrating because clearly that lady should have done what was right. Because now nobody is going to know who the hell was in that apartment and for what reason. And was that child that she heard major?
Right. And I hope that the people who hear what happened with her not speaking out or doing anything, I hope that, because I do think, you know, there are a lot of people who have that same mentality of it's none of my business.
Exactly.
Well, I wonder how she feels now.
To be honest with you, I mean, she just, in my opinion, probably thinks that she didn't do anything wrong because
Oh,
clearly,
that's scary.
because you have to think about this. Like you or I, we would naturally be like, bitch, I'm calling 911. Something's not right. Whereas to she at that moment, what she was trained in her mind to do was to put damn earbuds in.
I mean, I'm thinking about myself in my younger days. And like I said, I don't know how old she is, and people mature at different rates and whatnot. Your brain isn't even fully developed until you're 25. So I can think about a time in my life where I may have had that same response.
So her brain was working fine when she identified that she came home from work and that it wasn't a fucking normal
I know.
situation. So her freaking dumbass brain was working then. I'm sorry,
I
but
know I'm
so
just
livid.
saying that people just don't want to get involved. I'm not saying it's okay. I think it sucks. I want people to take a different approach. Like if you're in a grocery store or any type of store, wherever out in public, and you see, you know, some kid gets snatched up by his arm, um, or whatever. I mean, I've been one time I remember this. I was picking my husband up from work because he used to work downtown. And so it was really expensive to park and we lived close. So we did it that way. But anyway, I was sitting out there and waiting for him to get out of work. And it was at the Child Protective Services building. Okay. This is in Minneapolis. And he was security there. Anyway, he supervised, well, he didn't supervise. He provided security for the supervised visits. Okay. So social workers would come in and they would meet with the families who would meet with the children for their supervised visit. Right. And I saw with my little eye a parent punching on her child inside of the car. And you bet your ass that I reported that.
You're nicer than I am because I'd have dragged her ass out of the car.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't. Maybe because it was cold. I'm not sure.
I know. I'm a whole nother level crazy
And it
like
wasn't
that.
not to my, I mean, it wasn't a little, it doesn't matter. It was an older child. It was still obviously horrific.
Yeah, I mean, I have witnessed and seen things happen out in public that are literally, you know, a whole crowd of people standing there and not saying a damn word.
Mm-mm.
And I did. I witnessed something that happened at a restaurant, and I did. I walked up and I grabbed a hold of the person's arm, and I told them, I said, you better get your hands off of that child now. And I yelled for the manager of the restaurant, which I knew pretty well. And within 5 minutes, law enforcement came, and that piece of shit mother was arrested. This child had bruises, like visible bruising. And the way that she grabbed a hold of the child, and then her boyfriend or the dad just stood there. And I mean, this kid was screaming, like, I mean,
Oh my
like I
gosh.
thought that they were going to break the child's arm. And here you had a whole restaurant of people just sitting there, like saying absolutely nothing. And I honestly, to this day, I do not regret that because I strongly feel if that child would have left that restaurant at that time in the rage that they were drunk for one.
Mm.
There's a possibility that they could have possibly beat that child to death. because you can just see the fear. And when I'm telling you the amount of bruising that was on that child, you clearly know the difference of a child just falling down and having a light bruise versus what fingertip bruising and, severe abuse looks like. And it was probably one of the most disturbing things that I've probably witnessed. I would have to say. But that kind of shit is, I don't know. Like if I were Major's family, his father and his grandparents, I would just have a very hard time knowing that somebody heard something and that was possibly that child and that he could have been saved.
Oh, okay. Shweel. Sorry, I was going to share this other. We'll just talk about this anyway. Where did my thing go? My tab. I have too many tabs open. Sorry. So I came across this. No, I shouldn't even say I came across it because Layla Love, actually, who was in the chat. Are you still here? Messaged me in Discord about this case. And spoiler alert, she's now been found. So yay, that's good. But here's just some weirdness for you. If we're ready to segue, is that okay?
Say that again?
The whole thing?
No. Who did they find?
This person I'm about to tell you about.
Okay.
But wait a minute. No, we were gonna show your video.
Oh wait, is this the Morgan girl? Was she the one?
No.
Oh, okay.
Her name is Caitlin Fuster. And I just literally saw on her father's page that she's back. She's fine. But I still want to share this with you because it's interesting. But can I go to your channel and can I show that video about our little dude?
It should be the last one.
Major.
I am just so sickened. Like I felt nauseous all day just thinking about his father's reaction. I mean, you can tell that was a dad who loved that little boy.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. My dog is over here. He's like so annoyed. He just like sighed very loudly, like, oh. So dramatic. All right, I'm going to play this just through my audio. So you guys let me know if it sounds bad, okay? Please.
Hey everyone, welcome back. So both mother and son lived in Alaska, about 3 hours west of Milwaukee, according to the report. They were last seen alive on October 9th in Milwaukee. Authorities struggled to identify Musenberger at first since she was not a local resident. But once they made contact with relatives, they learned her son was missing and issued an Amber Alert, according to the report. So this is the latest information, and I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my opinion. Early on, I stated that I felt it was drug-related, excuse me, for several reasons here, and this is just sad and a huge eye-opener on what takes place.
What's going on here?
Jaheim Clark, 20, was identified as a suspect, but he fatally shot himself Sunday as cops closed in on the home where he was staying, the paper reported. The next day, cops found Musenberger's black SUV near a laundromat with blood inside the car, according to the outlet. So that does confirm that the SUV that he took did belong to the murdered victim, Mallery.
What a douchebag. Obviously. Put it lightly.
Is what he was. And I'm now certain that the blood inside the car will come back to 3-year-old child. And I'll get to that here shortly. Authorities confirmed on Wednesday that they took people into custody who they believed had information on the crime. 2 men, 21 and 29, were still in custody as of late Thursday and had not been charged. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and predict this early on. 2 of the 6 individuals probably had outstanding warrants. So what they did is probably detain them in hopes that they will provide some information. So those 2 probably had warrants already currently for their arrest. Before others had been released, he said, Milwaukee police described the suspect as an acquaintance of Musenberger and have not provided details on their relationship. So personally, I don't feel that they had a romantic relationship, more of a work relationship on the side. Musenberger's family said in a statement earlier Thursday that she had become involved in a life she never shared with our family. She was much too private, the statement said. She was an honest person with too much trust, we have found out. Oh, Lordy. So it sounds to me, since she was traveling further away from her home to come to this location, she very well could have been a drug smuggler for this group. And more than likely, when it was time to possibly be paid or something to do with that, then that's when shit went wrong, if I had to guess. That's just my personal opinion on that. But according to the family, it states that she became involved in a life she never shared with them. And this may be a good indication of why the son's father, who we heard speak, stated he was trying to make arrangements to get custody of him. She faced her death at the hands of domestic violence, according to the family. As we have been searching through her belongings, we came across her high school senior project. How ironic, the topic she chose to present was domestic violence awareness. And again, the family has stated that she was very trusting and, a good person. And due to that, that's likely what cost her life for the decisions that she had made. The family described her as a mother who loved her little boy with all of her heart. Her son was her life, her joy, her purpose, her future. She loved her family. Now, I want to remind you guys, it was also stated that this mother, she was holding down 2 jobs, beginning nursing school, and, she did have the child with her. So during whatever, she was going through, she obviously trusted that it would be okay to take this child with her. So let this be a word of advice. And, the story is just so sad. Major was found inside a container in an alley on Thursday by garbage bins just several blocks away from the residence. The medical examiner conducted an autopsy Friday morning and ruled that the cause of death was a gunshot wound to his head. The death was ruled a homicide.
Who the hell does that?
Whoever took this child, why that coward motherfucker took his life, because in a container, somebody would have had his death by garbage bin. Basically, like the small child was just trash. And I can tell you right now, this was definitely a very personal homicide. As I stated early on in my first video covering this story, Major's father, Colton Harris, during a press conference on Friday, thanked the community for their outgoing support and asked they continue to demand justice for Major. My plea is not even to the community anymore, Carlton said. My plea is to the world. I need justice for my son, and I want justice for everybody on them missing poles in Milwaukee. Something needs to be done here.
I know that's
Those are
right.
strong and powerful words, okay?
Yeah.
And that is why, if we have a platform here on YouTube that can reach the world, use the platform and spread this story. This was a terrible tragedy.
Look
And
at him.
From day one, stated I thought I can't related to drugs based off the number of people that were involved and just the circumstances of the homicide. When you have multiple gunshot wounds, that is a very personal mannerism, meaning drugs or money, typically, especially since they were not in a romantic relation. But again, this is absolutely heartbreaking.
Paw Patrol.
And Libby and I, we will be covering more on this later. But I just ask all of you to keep this family in your thoughts and in your prayers.
Oh my gosh, look at him. That was his
Yes. And I believe that he had just recently done like some sort of like Embry did today for like the trunk or treat thing. Yeah. I think that was just prior to them going. That was this year, that costume.
Hey, for a little palate cleanser, do you want to watch some of that video? Too bad if you don't.
Oh, shit.
I know. You just can't not love me, can you?
But you did notice that it was just sad because the Paw Patrol stuff, right?
Yes, I did. Mm-hmm. Okay, where did I put it? I think I put it on private.
What's that?
My earlier video with the trunk or treat.
Oh, with Embry?
Mm-hmm. Hey, we're going to go to my YouTube studio. Wait, you don't need to look at that. Okay, let me try this again. I won't make you watch the whole thing, you guys, but I just want you to watch some of it because she's so freaking cute.
And she is the exact age of
Major.
Yes, Major. They're the exact age.
Oh my gosh. Get ready for cuteness overload. I'll just leave the sound off so you can just, yeah. Okay, sharing screen. I don't want to share the audio. Stop it. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me turn it on.
Yay!
Look at her. She just can't even.
Do you want to go in the jumpy? I don't know if you can because you don't have socks. We'll have to see.
It was so hot out today, you guys.
Your sunglasses are killing me. They are too freaking cute.
Oh, what is this thing? Wonder Woman, but with a cape. I don't know. It's weird. Oh, this is a game. Cool. Do you want to try it? Do you want to take the sunglasses off, baby? No? Okay.
No.
Do you want to play?
Not taking those off.
You don't want to play? Okay. Okay, come on. Just go right here. Hey, Kimmy Jean. What do you say, sweetie? Do you remember what you say?
I skip over here.
Ooh. Wow. What do you say, baby? Did you say thank you? Yes, you did? Okay, thank you.
Embry has curly hair, right?
Thank you. She's a sweetie. Are you watching where you're going? Somebody dropped their socks. Oh, there's your alien friend.
Oh, this was bad, you
There's
guys. She
friend.
got so scared. And I laughed.
Oh, no.
Look at
Oh, gosh. It's okay. Oh, my gosh. He just scared
Libby.
Okay, I can do a game. No, you
I
just
kept
want the
trying to make her
candy?
play
I feel
games, and
you.
she was like, "No, just give me the candy."
Here, come over here, sweetie. There's some candy. Hey, Chris Ray. Say thank you. Thank you so much
She's
for being
like,
here.
and I need
Come
to
on.
keep moving.
Lots of costumes. Come on. I'm going to get you. You want to go here, sweetie. I know my camera skills are very bad, you guys. Ooh, a pencil. Thank you.
She
Thank
did not
you
want
too.
that pencil.
You coming? You just show me where you want to go, sweetie. You're going to skip that table over there? Okay, I'm just going to follow you. She's all over the place. Oh, spider! Just let me see your spider web. All right, awesome.
You guys, I didn't know if that was a little girl or a little boy. That's why I didn't say Spider-Man.
Oh, there's a little Dalmatian. Oh my God, so cute. Come over here, sweetie. You say thank you? Okay, let's go this way. Someone left their post. We're in the honor system here. Oh, look at you. You just took one, you good girl. All right, come on. Thank you. Go ahead, babe.
I'm sorry.
Oh, look at you. Oh, look at you both. Awesome.
Libby.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Snow White. Ems, it's Snow White. Do you see her? You're so shy today. Snow White, so pretty.
Not only are you Wonder Woman, you look marvelous with the glasses.
The glasses were a big hit.
I love
Thank you. Okay, thanks, you too. You're skipping people. Let's go over here.
Do you like the sticker? Oh, rocking. I like it. Rocking style with the glasses.
I don't know what this is. This is new behavior.
Wonder Woman with a Milan book. With the glasses. Nice.
And a cape. How about right here? Look at that giant spider.
I'm
that
sorry,
fuzzy
guys.
Spider. I have to see that.
I can't stop watching her.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Tiffany Marie, it's everything. It's so much. It's the best. It's the best.
Got dinosaur bones here. Okay, Goofy. Now we're not going to walk in front of that because that's a game. So come over this way. Good job. Oh, it's hot out today, y'all. Okay, Ems, you keep walking into me. Do you want me to hold the book, honey? Let me hold the book for you.
I don't know why
Okay.
she seems like she can't talk
So where are
right
you
now
going now?
because she really can. She just was like, I'm
Do you want to
busy.
go on that jumpy thing? Yeah? Okay. Oh, I just saw a butterfly, guys.
No. Priscilla, that's right. That's exactly
Some
what I do.
Spider-Man. Oh, wait. I think an Iron Man. Spider-Man and Iron Man. You didn't already go to that one?
She is legit the same height and
Oh,
everything.
you wanted to say hi to her?
I wanted to show my other
Thank you. All right. So the jumpy thing, come over here. Are there some animals in there? Let's go see if there's an animal in there.
You guys, there's puppies. You got to see the puppies too.
Puppies. Oh, dear puppy. Oh, look at they're playing. So cute. I'm sorry, you guys. I can't see the chat because it's super sunny out here. So I have no idea what you're saying. These puppies are precious. They're just having a great time. I love it. Careful, sweetie. Are you ready to go to the jumpy thing now?
As that woman just almost mowed her down. There were so many cute costumes.
Confused about where the line is. Here, let me hold your bucket and your sticker. Okay. And then go get in line.
I thought that for her, like, I don't know.
Priscilla,
Embry.
Oh my gosh.
You need to come back here.
I told her to get in line and she went.
I tell her to get in line and she goes in the front.
Oh gosh. I feel like I'm talking to myself on this thing and it's very weird. Look at that little tiny one.
Oh, we got a great ladybug. Oh my gosh. I'm trying not to really show other people's kids if they don't have a costume on. Just, oh, look at him. When he turns around, I'm going to show you. Oh my gosh.
You guys got to see this
I got to show
costume.
you him. She keeps putting her bag in. Look at. That's awesome. Is that the Joker, you guys?
Okay. Thanks for hearing me. Oh, you couldn't hear me, Priscilla? Oh, what's going on with the sound? Okay, so what I was going to say is it's yeah, I think he was the Joker, and I have them all this weekend because it's my daughter and her husband's anniversary. So they went for a little getaway. Yes, ours was last weekend and theirs is this weekend. And then next weekend is my birthday, biatches.
What do you want for your birthday, Liv?
How about some coffee?
Would you rather like bottles of wine?
No, I'm totally kidding. I would like the summer moon to come back. How about that?
I tell you, these cases are just getting like, I don't want to say mentally draining, but I mean, it is absolutely insanity. Like, I know that I'm not fucking crazy here. Like, that is just every dynamic of that is like not normal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you ever feel like you're going crazy? Like, like, I mean, not being disrespectful, but when you think of how long this has been playing out, and every damn time you turn around, it's like something freaking different or new. Like, I don't know. I seen that Chase was on Nita's live and he was speaking a little bit in regards to some of the stuff with the neighbor lady.
Mhm.
And it's just like, can anything else like arise like every day, right?
I don't know, but there's a little coming from your device, and it wasn't doing that before.
Oh, I just closed down my work laptops. I forgot that those were open for a minute.
Does that help? No,
Yeah.
it didn't.
It didn't? Okay.
No, I'm still dang. And I even tried sitting like way back far away from in case I was just like, it was my thing, but I don't think so. I don't know why it does that to us.
I don't know. That's weird.
So let me show you this Caitlin Fuster. The interesting thing about her is that she's been missing at least one other time and possibly more. So I think that there's,
What do you mean she's been missing more than one? What?
well, because I think she probably ran away before.
Okay, so she's currently missing now, or?
So she was up until about 20 minutes ago.
And where's she from?
Illinois. So this is her. So here, look at this. This is the text message that her dad got last night. Okay. That's what she sent. I think I'm about to be sex trafficked near Chicago. Help.
What the flying fuck?
See, now you said half of it and then you still said the F word.
I'm trying so hard. I'm trying so hard to do so well.
Oh,
I did buy fucking Fig Newtons today, Lib.
oh, you did? How were they?
They were good. I had 4 of them with a glass of wine.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, here he gets this text message, right? And of course he's like, you can see he replied 1 minute later. Only took him a minute, okay? Video chatted her. Give me license plate number of car you're in and name of people now. We're at home now. Put your location on your phone now. Video chats her again. Few minutes later, video chats again. Audio calls. Is still just telling her what to do to get safe.
Yeah, he's done everything right. That was smart on his behalf.
Yep, and he did report it to the police. So this is her, very pretty girl. She's 18. That's that again. Okay, so then I had looked at her Facebook and I ended up finding her ex-boyfriend. Because, at this point, I'm like, okay, where is this chick? She's been trafficked. I need to find her. So I go snooping around on her Facebook and find her cuddled up with Kevin Wu, is his name. Okay. And I messaged him and he said they hadn't been talked since they broke up for 2 months ago. But then I
said you messaged him?
Yeah.
Okay.
And after he said I haven't talked to her in over 2 months, I was like, thank you. Apparently she's missing, and sent him the screenshot that the dad put out. Cause I'm like, hey, maybe here's what my thoughts were, because I looked her up, and I did find that she was missing a few years ago too. And so I just started to think maybe she does some running away. And yeah, so I was wondering if that was the case. And if it was, maybe if this guy contacted her, he would be like, look, people legit think you're like for real missing. So you need to contact your dad. Because I'm just.
So when did you message him then?
Hmm?
So when did you reach out to him and message him?
Oh, look, there they are. And it was August 20th. So it literally was 2 months ago.
When you messaged him, right?
What? No, she's only been gone for a day.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it
So
didn't. I thought it shared the screen that I was showing you. Did you see the Woo guy? Kevin Woo? Okay, there they are. I can't anymore at all. It sounds like I don't even know what it's. I don't know. It says her phone was pinging until it wasn't. Yeah, I know. So it was seeming really cray cray, but I will tell you that she's back home now. I just wanted to show this because I find it interesting, and she's 18, so she's of age.
wow, but that's pretty eerie that she's disappeared before, and then she clearly states that she thinks she's going to be trafficked.
Unless it's attention seeking.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know, because
So look, this is what she posted on the 21st. If I'm not on here, it's because I'm going to jail. I'll have a warrant out today because not even my parents care if I go to jail. Suits them right now. So nice knowing y'all. 2 to 5 years. Fun, right?
what?
That was on the 21st. I mean, I don't know what's going on. Maybe she is in a scary situation.
Right?
But, or maybe she was. But now I will show you that he says that she's back. Let me think. Let me see. I think it's been on. Yeah, 48 minutes ago. So I'll show you on the dad's page. Just in case you think I'm a Bolsheviker. So here's her dad. And he's the one that put this out. Missing and maybe in danger. And he explains the whole thing. Contacted the Kiwani Police Department for their assistance. Pinged her phone. And then here we go. She has been found thanks to all of your help. All of you for your help.
Wow. It's so crazy. I tell you, there are so freaking many out there, like teenagers that are like missing. I had probably 5 more emails today. And this is crazy. This shows how many of our subs here on our channels that are going through some shit. Like, because there's subs that are reaching out, wanting help to cover faces and, these children, family members. I mean, this is out of control.
I know. But thankfully, we have the platform and the community to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's why I keep trying to be mama bear bitch up in here and tell
So
people to share faces.
Oh, this was even earlier this year. This was January of 2021. She was missing. That's her. See?
And everybody watching right now, like, do you clearly see, like, it literally takes 5, 10 minutes to just share one face? And, this is why I've kind of stepped back a little bit, in Summer's case, because I feel like I have, covered every single dynamic and possibility possible, on the previous channel and just a couple times on some of the videos that I did when I came back. But literally so much talent on every platform, all the channels that we have. And literally, people, I ask you to just at least share one other face. Not only that, but it's healthy too to not just be so consumed into one case and branch out, because I mean, Libby and I and What Big Eyes, and I'm sure there's, a couple others, but for instance, like the Sheridan case, I don't think anybody else talked about Sheridan.
Crazy crime.
Okay. But you see what my point is. Like, look how many people we have on this platform in this community, and we're not seeing hardly any other faces being shared. And if every damn creator would do at least 2 a week, I mean, that's not a lot to ask, I don't think.
Well, I mean, I don't. Uh, Here's my thing. I don't want to pressure other people to do what I think they should do. Like, I agree with you. I think that would be the best thing. Um, but then at the same time, I want to do what I feel is right to do in that regard. Multiple cases, and I got really, really honed in on Summer there for a minute myself, and then I was like, whoa, there are other missing children, and they are just as important, and they do need to be found. And so just within myself, I decided that I wanted to cover those cases too. um, and I wish other people would, but I don't want them to feel bad if they don't,
No,
what I'm
I'm
saying?
not trying to like say that they're bad or make anybody feel bad. I'm just simply saying that, the time that I personally see being wasted, it's like, okay, if you're going to be on your damn live, at least like talk about just something. And I don't know if it's just because all this craziness going on right now, but it does frustrate me, because I sit here and I'm looking at my channel, and when I surf, around to other channels and stuff, I like to see what everybody else is doing. And, there's a lot of creators who they may do a video once a day, maybe once every other day. And I'm just sitting here, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I just wish somebody would just take 5 minutes, and just, you know, think outside of the box and highlight somebody, because, like I said, Hawaii and Texas is insane. And I know that we have people here on these platforms and as subs. And this is why I'm always encouraging my subs to, create a channel and to be a voice, because we need help. I mean, I'm exhausted. I mean, you guys do not like literally understand. I am a very, very busy person outside of YouTube, and I interact and stuff a lot with my channel, just because I honestly, like, I truly appreciate like the people that I have.
Yeah.
And, that's just me. I'm very personable, but I mean, I am a legit busy ass bitch. And I am trying like hell to spotlight as many people as I can. And I'm not saying that people are bad if they don't, but it would just be nice if maybe once a month, maybe we see another face. Because I do think that this Summer case, like, there's so many people invested in this case. And right now it's like kind of at a standstill, like how it has been. And we're not really seeing anybody get creative, we're just seeing like a madhouse, and it's depressing.
I just felt like I had to put that out there.
A legit busy ass bitch. Yep. Libby, that is a true ass story, girl. You know, I feel so bad. Like, I will sit up until 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock, and I will look at every email that I have. And you know, and I feel bad. Like, if I cannot return an email, or if I cannot reach out to somebody to help somebody, then it's like I cannot go to bed at night. So we need like 500 more creators to step up. So all of you great subs out there, create a channel.
Yes, do. We need help covering all of these so that everybody gets the coverage that they need to be found, or for justice to be demanded, whatever the case may be.
Well, look, years ago, back in even the 70s and the 80s, when a child actually went missing, because back then that's what was happening. They were actually going missing. They weren't being trafficked or, you know, any weird corrupted shit. But you would see these children like in the bank, when you walked in the bank, on a bulletin board, a post office, or at the gas station, or on the damn milk carton.
When is it?
The what is it?
What are you talking about?
When kids went missing back in the 80s, like the 70s and the 80s.
There was trafficking going on then too.
We didn't hear about it as much, basically. But no, there were like a lot of children that were literally just like snatched out of their yards and stuff like that. But you heard about it, and you would see a flyer, or you would see them, you know, it would be talked about. Whereas to now, you're not hearing shit about half of these kids that go missing. And sadly, the only way you're finding out about them is through social media and through platforms on YouTube. Because when you look at the mainstream media and national news, I mean, there's just, you're not seeing all of the faces. Texas alone in June, they had 28 girls missing between the age of 14 and 17 just in 1 month. 28 is a lot.
That is so insane.
Like, what are we going to do? Like, when John Walsh, like, retires or passes away, you know what I mean? Like, I think about that shit. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's bigger than YouTube. Like, get these faces, like, out there.
Okay, did you ever hear about there's this podcast called The Clown and the Candyman, and it's came from the ID channel, and it's about the connection between John Wayne Gacy and the killer or creeper dude known as the Candyman also. And then I believe there was one other one that they found a connection to as well. And these guys did not live in the same area. They just had the same sickness and found one another and got into this shit together.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. In other words, pedo rings are not new. They're just, you know, now they're more so connected by the internet, which makes, I don't even know what that does, but I suppose it makes them a little bit easier to connect, I would think. But they still connected back in the day and still had, you know, ways to get messages to each other on the download and do this shit.
Yeah, it's beyond like sick. You know, and I don't want to say the channel, but okay, remember the video that you tagged me in, and you asked if I was watching it, you have got to go to his channel and see what he posted today.
Oh my gosh.
It's going to blow your freaking mind. Los Angeles, okay? Over 420 children in 1 year just gone in the system. Gone. Like, yeah, you got to check it out. But it's, I don't know. I've never, and I don't know if I just did not really recognize and really see how many were missing and vanishing until this case. Again, I mean, and that was before I even really got on YouTube or anything. And then it was like once you got into this community, then you kind of started seeing more, because like the West Boys, I would have never heard about the West Boys had I, not been on YouTube. And that's sad.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, so many people, this is why I love just being deprived of sleep, and I don't even care, because so many people, they did not even know about Major or know what was behind his little name. You know what I mean? I think people see a story and they just think like they have an opinion or something, and that, or they simply don't care. And that is why I try to update people so that they feel interested in the story. And I think that when people follow along with a case, then that child's name has more of a meaning, if that makes sense.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
But I cannot stop thinking about that child. Like, I have had to, just really distress today, listen to music, and just be in a whole different mindset. I went to the park and jogged like for 2.5 miles, and just really thought, like, this world is freaking sick. Like, there are sick ass people out there. And I've always said, if somebody can hurt a child, that is the worst human that I can even freaking think of, is someone who can hurt a child.
Ditto.
And that is what's so, and this is the other thing, like with Summer's case, is, that child has captured the hearts of so many people who naturally care and want answers and stuff. But sometimes at the end of the day, like when you really like sit there and you think about that case, there's clearly something that is not right. And what gets scary, like, I mean, it gets very eerie knowing what couple of predictions have been made by very reputable mediums on YouTube. That's scary shit. Like, I mean, if something happened in the mannerism that people have predicted, that's scary.
Okay, I'm gonna remove that. Okay, that won't go away. Okay, that's funny. I just wanted to play. This is Gigi Unapologetic, her channel. So if you want to go and check her out, she's pretty new and she put together this really nice video for summer. So I think I will end the stream with this here. And I'm going to mute myself because there's some nice sound that goes with it. I just thought that was really beautiful.
That was good. And who did that one?
It's on the screen here. Gigi Unapologetic.
Okay, she was at the prayer vigil that you were at, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That picture that showed up in her video of the swim hole, that just reminds me of when you were doing the filming there and just getting emotional. Like, I honestly don't think that I could see that in person.
It was really hard.
Yeah, and just seeing you walking down there looked way different than just when we even seen Chris Sim doing the interview there. I don't know. It just seemed more real, I guess.
Yeah, being there was I just don't even know how to put it.
It still sticks with you.
It was haunting.
They did such a good job, though, with doing that vigil and decorating it and all the time that they put into that. I mean, and that was a pretty large turnout that you guys had.
Yeah, I guess it was there were quite a lot more people than the night before.
Right. She did a really good job on that video, though. That was nice.
Yes, and Ginger Snap and Gemini Hippie, of course, and Nita and Chase.
That little Ginger Snap, she's so damn cute. She is seriously. I mean, I love her energy. Like, she does not come across as anybody that she's not, or she's just so genuine and down to earth.
She's definitely.
I love her energy.
Mm-hmm. Same. Okay, so that's all we have for you tonight. This is our good night song. We practiced it all day long. Just kidding. No, we didn't. I just kidding.
All right, I'm gonna go take my late night jog, Miss Libby. But I
Are you insane?
what?
Are you insane?
No, it's jogging is great, like for the mind. Seriously,
Oh yeah,
like
for sure. But late night.
yeah, it's gated. I'm safe.
You don't think there's any members in your community?
Well, unless they want to Glock freaking. I have a jog buddy.
Okay, good. Very good.
And I carry, so I'm good.
You're good.
It just feels good to have a good jog before bed.
All right. See you next time, hun.
Good night, everybody.
And good night to the chat. Thank you, everyone, for showing up tonight and caring for all of the victims and their families. And we will see you in these YouTube streets. Bless you all. Have a wonderful Sunday. Bye.